I'm going to share with you some common mistakes that you may be making or may not be making, and hopefully we can help you avoid making any of these mistakes in the future. A little bit about me and my experience with acne. I've been dealing with acne for many years. My acne started at the age of 14. I got a lot of cystic breakouts all over my face, and then I had to learn skincare, and I had to learn how to combat that acne, how to fight that acne and help it stay away, and stay away for good. And through that journey I learned a lot, did a lot of mistakes, had to really figure things out. The number one thing to remember when dealing with acne or trying to take care of your skin in any way is to make sure you don't damage your skin barrier any further. Your skin barrier is already compromised due to the skin condition you're dealing with, so you want to make sure you're not damaging that any further. So the first common acne mistake is over cleansing the skin. When you're dealing with acne, you're under the impression that your skin is dirty and it needs to be cleaned, so this might translate to you over cleansing the skin. Going in with a cleanser that's too harsh and cleansing too many times a day can really lead to drying out of the skin barrier, really lead to irritation, and it's just not a great rabbit hole to go down. So you want to make sure you're being gentle with the skin. If you're using a face cleanser, go for a more gentle option rather than a more harsh option. If you have dry skin, stick to a more hydrating cleanser. If you have oily skin, you can go for something with a little bit more foam. Personally, my skin is on the drier side, so I don't like to cleanse it too often. I only cleanse it at nighttime. In the morning when I wake up, I just rinse my face with some lukewarm water, and that's generally enough for me. If your skin is a bit on the oilier side and you wake up and you have a bit more sweat and build up on the skin, then it's fine for you to cleanse in the morning. Just use a nice gentle cleanser, and of course cleanse at the end of the day to wash off any makeup, sunscreen and all the dirt and impurities from the day, but only cleanse twice a day if you absolutely have to. Otherwise, once a day is more than enough. Some great gentle cleansers that are on the more hydrating side that are suitable for dry skin, the Skinstitut Gentle Cleanser. There's also La Roche-Posay has the Toleraine Dermo Cleanser. Now, following on from the first common skincare mistake, next we have being too aggressive on the skin. This can include using physical scrubs that are way too abrasive, using harsh makeup wipes on the skin, or using really hard towels and rubbing at the skin. The best practice is to be as gentle as you can with your skin. So avoiding using physical scrubs. Usually the purpose of physical scrubs is to exfoliate the skin. A better option would be to opt for chemical exfoliants. That way they're a lot more gentle on the skin, and they're also a lot more thorough in terms of exfoliating the skin. Following on from that, using makeup wipes. Makeup wipes really aren't the best thing for your skin. They can be really harsh and involve you tugging at your skin and rubbing at your skin in order to get makeup off. Rather than using makeup wipes, you might want to opt for an oil-based cleanser or a micellar water instead, which is a lot more gentle on the skin and a much better way to remove makeup on the skin. One great oil-based cleanser you can use is from The Ordinary. That's their Squalane cleanser, and that's a really gentle way to remove your makeup at the end of the day, and you can follow that with a water-based cleanser. That technique of using an oil-based cleanser to remove makeup and then following it with a water-based cleanser is referred to as double cleansing, and this is a great way to keep the skin clean at the end of the day while not being too harsh on the skin. Another way to avoid being aggressive on the skin is when drying your face using a towel, make sure you use patting motions on the skin to absorb water rather than rubbing the face. This is just to be gentle on the skin and to make sure you're not being too harsh. The key takeaway here is to just be as gentle as possible on your skin. You really want to take care of her. You want to make sure she stays nice and healthy. If you are dealing with acne, you might be using some active skincare ingredients in your routine. When introducing new actives into your skincare routine, start once a week and slowly build up your usage of these ingredients to once, twice, 3 times a week, rather than just starting from the get-go using it every single night, because this really can do more damage than good. So start slowly, and that's best practice to make sure you don't overuse your actives. I keep mentioning the skin barrier and making sure the skin is nice and nourished and hydrated. So this leads me on to the next skincare mistake, and that's not moisturizing your skin. Especially if you have oily skin or acne prone skin, I know it can be common practice to think that your skin is oily so you don't need any hydration, you don't need any moisturizer, or your skin has acne on it and the best way to get rid of that acne is to dry the skin out. Unfortunately, that is not the best way to go, and this can really lead to doing more damage than good. Your skin barrier is the outer surface of your skin, and that's what really protects your skin. And putting a moisturizer on top acts as a barrier, keeps all the hydration inside. If you're using skincare ingredients, it keeps those locked in to make sure that they're able to do their work underneath the skin surface. So it's really important that you do use a moisturizer every single day and night as well, not just at night. You want to make sure you keep your skin nice and hydrated throughout the day and then throughout the night as you sleep. And a lot of the times, if you do have oily skin and you're not using a moisturizer, your skin may be producing lots of excess oils in response to you not using a moisturizer. Your skin is overcompensating for having no moisture and hydration in the skin, so its reaction is to produce more oils, and this leads to you having excess sebum production on the skin. So using a moisturizer is a good way to balance that oil production and can bring your oil levels down as well. The best thing to do when it comes to using a moisturizer is to make sure you're using one that's suitable for your skin type. If you have oily skin, you want to go for something that is a bit more of a gel moisturizer. And if you have dry skin, you want to go for something that's a little bit more thicker. And when it comes to acne prone skin, drying the skin out is not the answer. This will not get rid of your pimples. Instead, it'll lead to more skin issues. Now, on top of dealing with acne, you're going to have to deal with dryness and dehydration as well. So it doesn't help at all. Take it from someone who has dry, acne prone skin. I am dealing with both of those problems at the same time naturally. Dehydrating my skin further is definitely not the answer, and I know this from personal experience. So learn from my mistakes, and please don't dry your skin out as a way to help deal with your acne. A couple of great moisturizers for dry skin. Firstly, we have the Skinstitut Moisture Defense, and we also have the Ordinary Natural Moisturizing Factors. A couple of great moisturizers if you have oily skin. One of them is the Roche Posay Effaclar Matte Anti-Acne Moisturizer. And the final skincare mistake, which everyone is guilty of this, myself included, this is something I'm still dealing with to this day, and that is picking your pimples. Causing trauma to your skin by picking your pimples really is one of the worst things you can do for your skin. It doesn't help the acne go away whatsoever. If anything, you get a pimple back in that same spot because you haven't cleaned the pore out properly. And this particular skincare mistake actually has one of the worst consequences for the skin, because picking your pimples can really result in scarring the skin. So just think how frustrating it is to have a pimple on your face for 1 to 2 weeks. Now just imagine how much more frustrating it would be if you had to deal with a scar for many, many months afterwards. It's so not worth it. So if you can help it, please, please, please don't pick your pimples. If you do have a spot on your face that you want to get rid of fast, the best way to do this would be to apply a spot treatment. A spot treatment is just a concentrated treatment that you can apply to the blemish that helps it to heal a lot faster. Spot treatments really help to speed up the healing process of the pimple and help get rid of it a lot faster. They're not exactly an overnight solution. Applying it to that spot every day until it goes away really helps to get rid of the pimple a lot faster, and is a much, much better option than picking your pimple. Nothing is worse than picking your pimples. I still have some scars on my face from pimples that I've picked ages ago, so it's definitely not worth it, and opt for a spot treatment instead. If you've been guilty of any of these skincare acne mistakes yourself, please drop a like below and drop a comment as well and let us know which skincare mistakes you have been guilty of. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it useful. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to check out my social media channels as well. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and thank you so much for watching.